Hey everyone, welcome to My Scaling YouTube channel. I'm your host Eddie Wang, and for those people that are just starting out Tekken 7 with Jin on Season 4, I would like to bring you back in time, and I would like to tell you welcome to early 2017. This is the age of Jin at almost his peak, not exactly his final form of Season 2, but this is a version of Jin that we started Tekken 7 with. It's also what kickstarted this channel back in Tekken 7, and I'm gladly to bring this character back for a few minutes to show you what you have missed. So this is a version of the game that it's quite annoying. Online is terrible, I can tell you that, and the input lag is even worse. It's pretty bad. Now ever in Season 2 they actually made this better, and they kept making it better in Season 1 to the point that it became playable. But in general, early 2017 Tekken 7 input lag is actually terrible. But this was a technical Jin. It was a Jin that couldn't do everything well, but it did some really consistent stuff. And if you really wanted to main this character, you had to micro dash, because if you didn't know how to micro dash in Season 1, you were automatically put in the class of the poor gym players that cannot micro dash. So no $100 combos for you. This is one of the reasons my $100 combo video became so popular, because the input lag for this it's terrible on Season 1. So it's almost impossible to do this combo without really good practice. And as you guys can see, I'm already dropping a lot and can't even convert like one, which would be like a different story on Season 3, Season 4 and Season 2. So this is something that is extremely hard to do on Season 1, but there was a time that the timing wasn't really a problem and we could just really micro dash at will. But this is something that you had to do this with Jin in Season 1 if you really wanted to there it goes, do combos. So imagine how many attempts I just did to get this consistent. And back in the day, we that could micro dash were extremely consistent with this. So every time they buffed the input lag, the timing would change it, so we had to adjust with the time of the timing windows to get the move going. So now it's much easier to do, because obviously there is no input lag, or there is almost no input lag. It's heavily reduced, but this was a heavy game. I can tell you, it was like the characters were under the water. So one of the other changes that I want to show you guys that changed it over since Season 3 beyond is this move. This is a move that used to be a counter hit launcher, and we could do like some really good combos from it. Sorry for the input lag, guys, it's real. So this combo right here used to do 65 damage, and you could just add a little bit more with a wall. So it was a really good combo that Jin could do back in the days, and he could do 84 damage from that. And this move alone is a move that when people were too eager to press buttons and you didn't want to calculate timing with 4-4, you would just do a down back 4. And a lot of people still get hit by a down back 4 these days between timing issues, but you just get a down 2 these days and you don't get the combo anymore. So a lot of people feel relieved for that. And of course the forward 4, it's guys, I know you guys miss this, and I do too, because this was a really consistent combo that you could do at all ranges. Remember some of the CBM combos like this one? This combo is something that it's extremely hard to do these days, and you can't even really do it anymore on range these days. And when you did a down forward 1-4, check out the range, you could still do forward 4 into a pickup into this, and it would work. And these days it's extremely hard or impossible hard to do a pickup combo from counter hit forward 4. Sadly, because some people used to cry about for having too much big of a reach and too much good of a conversion. Standing 4 was one of my favorite animations because it didn't really give Jin a combo and he had to do a down 2. So we were fine with it, but then we felt that Jin had indeed a combo from this, and he could do like a back to 1, but he had to be extremely close. So the buff we asked was to make this having less pushback so that Jin could combo on everyone with a back to 1, but they went out of their way and changed the animation into a way that Jin could do a combo that didn't even was a back turn position. So this move, the 4 of season 1, it forced a back turn position, so Jin couldn't do much damage from it, but we were fine, just fine with this combo because it was really satisfying to do. And now on season 3 it even does even more than what it did on season 1. I still think the animation of season 1 is better. It's just the pushback that was annoying, so if the character couldn't really be pushed too far on the cramp stone, and to allow at least a back to 1 to work against every single character in the game, it would be great. Akuma is one of the characters that couldn't really get hit by a back to 1, so you had to adjust your combo into a down 2 or just do this, or you had to use the secret Discord tech, which was a sidestep to 4, which is something that CBM found out later on, that you could do this and then micro dash into whatever to do like some really decent damage. But it was very technical and it was really fun. And now let's go into the serious stuff. This is just common knowledge, and now to the people that follow these channels religiously, it's what they knew about these texts that were kind of taken out of the game. So I'm going to show you one of these today, and this used to be safe. This used to be -11 on block, and you could do this, right? And people tend to flash duck this, so you did this, and even if they flash duck it, you were safe. That check out the range isn't even possible to forward 4 after. Oh, it is, but their reach usually is worse than yours, so this was OD. It was safe on block for a very slow mid. They could still sidestep it or sidewalk it to avoid and punish you, but they really had to deal with a delayed version of this that you could do. For example, this, and then you delay the down forward 144, and if they block it, you were safe anyways. So it was really godlike. And there is also one of the most secret techs of Jin. If you don't know about this, learn it now. It's something that was also taken on season 2, that this right here, this is not duckable at all. So what you get now on season 3 and from season 2 on is that if Jin lands a back forward 2-3 into this, you can duck this at any time. But on season 1, Jin could time this into a very delayed at last frame. It was +17 warded, but it wasn't duckable, so he could completely erase your life bar if he connected this at any point instead of mixing, right? Because you could mix this with 4-4-3, or you could mix this with CD4, but instead of mixing it with these two, you would just delay and towers. There it goes. Like we call in Portuguese, we call it towers or pumbas, but in English it's like boom. So you delay and you just hit the 1+2 at the latest at the frame where this will connect, and then you will get one hell of a combo that you could still completely erase the life bar of your opponent for trying to do whatever. So it was like a really big deal. And there is also, I saved the best for last, so let's just as well go for it. For example, this Jin didn't have 3-1 into Zen as well, so I'm going to show you something that this Jin could do that was also taken away. It was one of the first things that they took away from Jin on season 2. Is this: if you stand against Avenger on season 1, you are dead. you were dead, because the Avenger tracking was just insane. It was really insane. I'm not sure if it was season 1 or season 2 where they removed the Avenger, because Avenger was insane. It was really good. Jin's 443 as well was +2 on block, so you couldn't really interrupt Jin pressure for doing it, because you had to not 1 2 3, but the 443 alone was come on guys, come on. Oh, let me do this one. Hook knockdown. So this was +2, and you couldn't interrupt because you would lose to 2-1 just as easily. He didn't had 3-1 into Zen, yet he had to do 3-1-4, and it was extremely predictable because he didn't have a Zen transition. So the best combo he could get from a hell sweep was indeed this, instead of the 3-1 into Zen 2, which is something that came out too. Zen 2 didn't hit grounded, so the Kazakh setup was all you would get from a knockdown position. So you couldn't get Zen 2, because if they side roll it, they would escape the Kazakh setup. And it was really, there was some good things and some bad things, but in general this was season 1 Jin, and I can tell you that this was extremely fun, specifically when they removed input lag, which made the micro dash a lot better, but the tools were also better. His right leg was really alive in season 1. It was not like in season 4, where this is a move that still does a lot of damage, but the animation is much generic and we don't really like it. And also this was a counter hit launcher, was good, and this was easier to pick up. From now, Jin right leg, it's really just another leg. His left leg was bad in season 1 as well. This move is now good. Remember, this move is now pretty good. This move was terrible. All his lows were 13 frame, were terrible, but now this is 12, which is good. And yeah, and that's pretty much season 1 Jin. There is a guide that we worked with Arya from That Blasted Salami. We made a lot of corrections to the guide, and it worked really great. It's one of the most viewable guide on Jin from season 1. Really proud of that guide. It was really some hard work, community effort stuff, and it was really great. And Arya did a really amazing presentation for Jin in that guide. It was really something else, something that really kick-started us all in Tekken. It was this Jin. So hope you guys enjoyed this memory lane. I know some people want me to break Tekken 6 Jin, Tekken Tag to Jin, but I'm actually playing from a PS4 and I don't have Tekken on PC, and I don't have a high-end PC to run all Tekkens, because if I had, I would already do this. But maybe someday I will break down Tekken 6 Jin for you guys, because I also play that character. Tekken Tag 2, Tekken 5 and Tekken 4 Jin as well. So see you guys on season 4 back again, because this season is dead. See you guys soon.